They crossed the Atlantic with headlines nipping at their heels and found the gates of Buckingham firmly closed. Phones went unanswered, security budgets were slashed. Then, just as lockdowns froze the world, an unexpected number lit up Harry's screen: Tyler Perry. The Atlanta-born mogul had never met the couple in person, yet he offered everything the crown had just withdrawn: private jet, round-the-clock bodyguards, and a hilltop fortress in Beverly Hills that paparazzi couldn't touch. For 3 breath-catching months, the Sussexes disappeared behind Perry's stone walls. Archie learned to toddle by California pool light. Harry phoned lawyers in the Hollywood dawn. Meghan finally slept through a night without tabloid flashbulbs blazing outside. Perry even absorbed the security bill himself, a price tag that stunned royal accountants back in London. Gratitude turned to kinship almost overnight. Late-night chats stretched into dawn strategy sessions about life after monarchy, how to monetize a surname while escaping its handcuffs. The bond grew so deep that Harry would later call Perry family, a word the prince hadn't used easily since Sandringham. But fairy godfather favors always carry fine print, and the ink on this one was still drying. Netflix's 6-part spectacle, Harry and Meghan, turned Tyler Perry from discreet benefactor into on-screen guardian angel. Viewers watched him FaceTime the couple, joke about baby bottles, and reveal, almost shyly, that he'd agreed to be Lilibet's godfather before ever shaking Harry's hand. The series painted Perry as the calm architect of their West Coast rebirth, the man who supplied shelter, security, and the faith that life outside the firm could still feel royal. The press devoured the angle. Headlines anointed him the Sussexes' billion-dollar guardian angel, a Hollywood titan single-handedly outmaneuvering Buckingham's red tape. For Harry and Meghan, the association was branding gold, proof that America's entertainment elite endorsed their breakaway narrative. For Perry, the cameo soft-launched a gentler image, not just studio mogul, but protector of exiled princes. Instagram Reels replayed their laughing phone calls, lifestyle magazines gushed over a friendship forged in crisis yet framed by loyalty. Corporate sponsors took note. The Sussexes' fledgling production house suddenly had a halo, and Perry's own media empire enjoyed a fresh surge of royal-adjacent buzz. Yet every perfectly lit testimonial, every tear-catching montage carried an unseen timestamp, because while the documentary froze their bond in hopeful permanence, real life kept rolling, and loyalty in Hollywood is only as solid as the next headline. Behind those glossy streaming moments, crisis strategists were already drafting contingency playbooks, warning what might happen if any pillar of the chosen family narrative cracked. That crack was coming, and when it hit, it wouldn't be a whisper, but a $260 million thunderclap that threatened to flip the fairy tale inside out. The fairy godfather glow lasted exactly 3 years. Then, on a steamy June morning in 2025, actor Derek Dixon filed a 46-page complaint in Los Angeles Superior Court accusing Tyler Perry of sexual harassment, assault, and ruthless retaliation, slapping a headline-grabbing price tag of $260 million on the damages. Overnight, the mogul, once hailed as Hollywood's gentlest titan, was framed as a power-abusing tyrant. News tickers looped the figure like a siren. The fallout was instant. Trade blogs poured over every lurid detail. Primetime anchors contrasted Perry's guardian angel cameo in Harry and Meghan with the lawsuit's darker portrait of intimidation. Stock in Perry's publicly traded partners dipped, while social feeds lit up with split-screen memes, Perry cradling baby Lilibet on the left, lawsuit headlines on the right. Even late-night comedians piled on, calling it the costliest plot twist since the royal exit. And far away in Montecito, Meghan's phone began buzzing, not with sympathy texts, but with frantic pings from brand sponsors asking, "How fast can you distance?" What the Duchess did next, silencing statements, scrubbing photos, and ghosting the man who once paid their security, would ignite a different kind of firestorm. The lawsuit detonated at breakfast. By lunch, Harry and Meghan still hadn't spoken a syllable. Royal watchers refreshed social feeds in disbelief, while crisis PR analysts called their silence the coldest shoulder money can buy. But the real shock came hidden in pixels. Within hours of the headlines, every Instagram reel that once swooned over Uncle Tyler quietly disappeared. The glossy christening photo, gone. The gushy Netflix screen grab, wiped. Even archived press releases naming Perry godfather began 404ing as if a palace butler had tiptoed through cyberspace with a feather duster. Bloggers screen-capped the purge and blasted the hashtag #Where'sUncleTyler, turning Perry's absence into a global scavenger hunt. Sponsors noticed. One luxury label, already jittery about aligning with royal drama, reportedly hit pause on a summer campaign until all external liabilities are assessed. Industry pundits warned that selling empowerment while ghosting a benefactor feels less like savvy branding and more like strategic amnesia. And here's the kicker: buried inside Perry's hospitality paperwork lurks a clause few outsiders have seen, a line that frees him to speak if he's ever publicly disowned. By erasing his digital footprints, Meghan may have tripped the wire herself. If the mogul chooses to talk, he won't need hints or tabloids. He'll have a legal green light and a trove of receipts. Next, Hollywood starts bidding on the tell-all, and Perry weighs whether to drop a truth bomb big enough to out Oprah. Just when pundits thought Meghan's silence was the loudest sound in the room, entertainment lawyers began passing around an even juicier rumor. Tyler Perry's legendary hospitality contract isn't your average "don't post the pool" agreement. Hidden deep in the fine print, insiders claim, is a mutual disownment clause, a razor-edge sentence that flips the usual non-disclosure on its head. If either side publicly erases the other, the gag order dissolves for the offended party. In plain English, ghost Perry, and he's suddenly free to talk. Within studio backlots and velvet rope parties, that possibility spread like wildfire. Agents described it as the golden key to Hollywood's sealed vault. Permission for Perry to air every late-night call, every tear-streaked strategy session, every brainstorming whiteboard photo snapped in that Beverly Hills safe house. A former network exec quipped, "It's the kind of clause you write when you've seen too many fair-weather friendships turn poisonous." The timing couldn't be sharper. Meghan's rapid-fire deletions, photos, captions, even cached press releases looked to lawyers suspiciously like an official disown. If the paperwork reads the way the rumor mill insists, Perry now holds a legal green light the size of a studio backlot. Overnight, phones at his production office allegedly exploded with offers multi-million-dollar exclusives, primetime specials, even a docuseries pitch titled Guardian Angel Uncaged. For Perry, the NDA twist feels less like revenge and more like vindication. Allies say he's tired of being airbrushed out of a story he literally bankrolled. The bodyguard's invoices still bear his signature. But he's a chess player. Before any cameras roll, his team has begun cataloging receipts, voice notes, candid photos, emails time-stamped at 3 a.m. when the Sussexes' world felt like it was on fire. Each one is an insurance policy, a proof of loyalty at the exact moment loyalty is under siege. Meanwhile, Meghan's legal squad is scrambling to find an off switch. Can they argue the clause doesn't apply because she archived posts rather than announcing a public split? Can they claim brand protection, not disownment? Every theory hits the same wall. None of it matters if Perry decides the spirit of the clause was violated. He holds the narrative and now, possibly, the microphone. Next up, network bidding wars, palace popcorn, and a Hollywood titan weighing whether to drop the truth bomb that could out Oprah. Hollywood's dealmakers can sense a blockbuster long before the cameras roll, and Perry's newly unmuzzled status smells like primetime platinum. Within 48 hours of Meghan's digital erasure, execs at every major streamer and legacy network were dialing Perry's office, slipping NDA-proof offers under the metaphorical door. One industry gossip column joked that producers were pricing out Oprah's old couch just to see if lightning can strike twice. Why the frenzy? First, the lawsuit's headline figure, $260 million, still blazes across news crawls, making Perry the week's most searched name after Taylor Swift. Second, insiders say he holds hard evidence, late-night voice notes, candid photos, and those 3 a.m. "What do we do now?" texts from Montecito. A former network VP calls it the Rosetta Stone of Sussex spin, decoding exactly how the couple plotted life post-palace. Streaming giants are dangling 8-figure licensing guarantees plus back-end points. One cable news titan reportedly pre-reserved a Sunday night slot, confident the reveal could crush Super Bowl rerun numbers. Talent agencies smell leverage, not just for Perry, but for every future NDA-bound confidant with receipts. If he talks and the public sides with him, an agent warns, every A-lister will rethink how they treat the people who hold their secrets. Behind Perry's studio gates, the phones keep ringing. His comms team is triaging offers like a triage nurse during a holiday pileup, ranking platforms by global reach, legal indemnity, and naturally dollar signs. Yet sources close to the mogul insist the bigger prize is vindication, not cash. He built an empire on uplifting loyalty, being memory hold cuts deeper than any lawsuit ever could. Decision day looms, and with every rejected call, the bids climb higher. If Perry signs, the deal won't just make headlines, it could redraw the map of celebrity loyalty. But before the ink dries, another power center is quietly repositioning: Buckingham Palace, Wall Street brand partners. Even Harry's old army mates are bracing for shockwaves. Up next, how the royal court, fashion houses, and social media sentiment all start tilting as Perry's microphone inches closer to live. The shockwaves didn't stop in Hollywood. They rolled straight under Buckingham's gilded doors, where aides reportedly passed the headline around like contraband candy. Official palace response? A frosty, no comment. Yet insiders say courtiers are quietly thrilled to see the Sussex narrative wobble without lifting a royal finger. Across the Atlantic, reputation consultants are sweating harder than the Montecito Sun. Digital monitoring dashboards lit up red the moment Where's Uncle Tyler began trending, and a London analytics firm logged an 18% spike in negative sentiment toward Meghan's lifestyle brand within 48 hours of the lawsuit breaking. Pop culture sites now call her silence self-serving, warning it undercuts the empowerment message she sells. Even longtime cheerleaders are wavering. Okay, magazine quotes royal experts branding the Sussexes hush, a total lack of moral courage, noting Perry once paid the very security bills Harry's father refused. Fashion insiders whisper that at least one high-end label has quietly pressed pause on a campaign starring Meghan until the dust settles. A move small in cost but massive in optics, signaling that blue-chip advertisers sense toxicity on the horizon. Meanwhile, Lawyer Monthly's legal pundits suggest the couple's calculated quiet could be interpreted as tacit complicity, arguing that Harry's own past mantra, "Silence is betrayal," now boomerangs back at him. Add to that Fox News commentators accusing the pair of self-serving behavior, and the once glittering post-royal brand suddenly looks brittle. Behind closed doors, sources say Arkwell staff are double-time drafting pastel-perfect Instagram posts, recipes, garden parties, anything to drown the noise, while boardrooms from LA to London debate whether partnering with the Duchess is still worth the headline risk. One exec reportedly summed it up: "If she ghosts a godfather, what chance do we have?" Transition cue, but the loudest tremor hasn't hit yet, because Perry still holds the receipts, the networks still hold the cash, and Harry is stuck choosing between gratitude and survival. Tyler Perry's decision now hangs over Montecito like a storm cloud the size of a studio backlot. One move, and the entire Sussex narrative, crafted over podcasts, book deals, and pastel-filtered posts, could implode in real time. If he speaks, every late-night confession and crisis call becomes public record, recasting Meghan from empowered escapee to ruthless tactician and leaving Harry caught between debt of gratitude and marital loyalty. Brands that once clamored for her halo may sprint for the exits. Palace courtiers will watch the fallout with silent satisfaction, and Hollywood will log its most profitable plot twist since Megxit itself. But if Perry stays silent, the rumors calcify into legend, a slow burn ache neither side can ever quite shake. So the question isn't just whether he'll talk, it's whether the truth, whatever shape it takes, will heal or finish the story these runaways have been telling the world. Your move, Mr. Perry, thought to leave with viewers. When gratitude and self-preservation collide at the highest levels of fame, who deserves your trust, the benefactor with the receipts or the storytellers guarding their crown? Drop your verdict below, because the next headline could rewrite royal history for good.